Hey y'all, good afternoon. Welcome to day 3 of our shelter in place. Welcome to another conversation at the table. I love the fact that so many are reaching out to each other here in our communities. And again, even today I was reminded about what a great place this is to live here in Los Fresnos, because there are so many in need and people reaching out and helping out. I want to encourage you as we're looking at day 3. I don't know what you're going through. What are you doing with your time these days? I want to encourage you to continue sheltering in place, continue contacting people. Again, encouraging you, if there's just one person you haven't reached out to in a while, now's a good time to reach out to them, find out how they're doing, ask them a few questions as to how they're handling sheltering in place. Is there anything they need? Is there anything you can do for them, even from a distance? Because I know there are still many needs, even here in Los Fresnos and even around us, that if we think about it, if we get creative, there are ways to help others in all of this. So continue to shelter in place. And I know we want to visit. We were built for community, and we are built for community, and we want it right now. But if you're a pastor in Los Fresnos, you've heard this question already. Why is it that we still don't meet? Why is it we continue to shelter in place? Why is it that we're encouraging others to shelter in place, even as pastors? I know I've been talking with pastors here at Los Fresnos. They've had that question, and I've had that question. Well, we shelter in place because we love our neighbors. We're loved by Jesus for the love of Los Fresnos. So that means keeping not just ourselves healthy, but keeping others healthy. Some of you, and again, it's hard for me to think this way, but I have to remind myself I'm a potential carrier. And that means keeping my distance from others. Now, some of you are thinking, shoot, that's great. I'm glad Bresson is staying away from me. Well, yeah. Pick a number, because I'm sure there's that goes. You're not the only one thinking that. That is a great thing if you're trying to keep your distance from me. But the best way that we express love for neighbor is right now to shelter in place. That's how we keep not just ourselves safe, but we keep them safe, because we are potential carriers. So connect with your friends, connect with your family, do it online. Right now is a great time to help others learn how to connect online, learn how to build community online. I don't know how many times in the past week I've had an opportunity to help somebody work out how they get online with Facebook, or how do you get online with WhatsApp or FaceTime or Facebook Messenger. And you can do that on the phone. Call somebody, if somebody's having trouble connecting, call them on the phone. Hey, here's how you download the Zoom app onto your phone. Here's step 1, step 2, step 3. Follow my instructions. And so for some of us online, it's a good opportunity to shepherd others in this way, because again, I meet people all the time. They're not used to all this. They're not used to being online. They're not used to being connected to community through Facebook or through Zoom or anything like that. And they don't know how this works. Well, here's our opportunity to help them out. So I encourage you, be a community builder here online and serve your neighbor here online as you can. Speaking of Zoom, we had a fantastic time on Zoom yesterday with our Bible study, our very first LAMP Bible study called LAMP. That's right. Psalm 119, 105, your word's a lamp for my feet and a light on my path. And we're not used to thinking about needing a lamp for our feet, that is, until we're walking around at night and then bang our toe on the edge of the bed or step on a Lego with bare feet. Our feet need light. Anyway, the Bible's talked about as a lamp. So we're calling it LAMP, an online Bible study. Did that yesterday. It was great. Had a great turnout. We looked at our passage from last weekend. The lamp lights up Jesus, and in lighting up Jesus, it provides us light for our lives. And hopefully it's what it did yesterday as we met online. We're going to do it again next week, same time, Thursday, noon. In fact, it's the same Zoom ID number. So if you visit our page right here on Facebook, the Zoom ID is part of the graphic. So look it up. Join us next Thursday at noon for another Lamp Bible study, and we'll be looking at the passage that we're looking at this weekend. So Sunday, we will continue our series on fearless, and this time we will be looking at Jesus and the disciples on a lake again. What is it with Jesus, lakes, and boats? When Jesus is on a lake and around a boat, exciting things happen. And so at 10:30, be here on our Facebook page, be at our website, tablelf.com, be on YouTube. 10:30, we'll have our service right here. So I'm looking forward to spending some time in the Word with you on Sunday. We'll do, again, just like we did last Sunday, a little bit of a worship service. We'll have some Bible reading. We'll pray, and we will look at our passage, again, 10:30 on Sunday. Today, I want to just very briefly look at a psalm. And I'm also I want to pray with you after we look at this psalm. Psalm's a good place to go for times like this. And today I'm in Psalm 103. This is a passage that was pointed out to me by somebody else who had gotten great comfort from this psalm, even this week, as we shelter in place. And I thought, you know what? That's a really cool psalm. In fact, as I looked at this psalm, I'm thinking, oh, hey, there's a lot of commonality between this psalm, a lot of the same themes between this psalm and Isaiah 43. I'll talk about that in a second. But I just want to highlight the first 5 verses of Psalm 103. By the way, hi Myra, hi Angela. Thanks for watching. Glad you guys are with us. My soul, bless the Lord, and all that is within me, bless his holy name. My soul, bless the Lord. Do not forget all his benefits. He forgives all your iniquity. He heals all your diseases. He redeems your life from the pit. He crowns you with faithful love and compassion. He satisfies you with good things. Your youth is renewed like the eagle. And if, again, even that last phrase there, that's kind of sounds like some of the things we hear in Isaiah, right? Give us wings like eagles. Right. Isaiah's probably picking up on Psalms. We've heard these in Isaiah 43. It's not an accident. I think Isaiah probably does have this psalm in mind and some others as he tells Israel, hey, this is what's coming. Similar themes of forgiveness and redemption. So this Psalm 103, my friend was right. This is a great go-to resource for times like this, when we're anxious, when we're a little shorter with each other, when we are getting stir crazy, when decision making seems a whole lot more difficult than it used to be, when life is upside down. This psalm's a great place to go. It's a great place to park, great place to meditate. I encourage you, even after this, get with Psalm 103. If not with just yourself, get with your family and take a look at these first 5 verses, because they're a great encouragement. There's one command here. There's a lot of things we could look at here. There's only one thing I want to look at right now, just very briefly, and that is the one command, and that's do not forget. Don't forget. And what is that? All his benefits. And what are those benefits? Well, the psalmist doesn't leave us to start guessing or start looking all around our lives or looking all around the Bible to figure out what these benefits are. No, he gives them right here. There are 7 benefits listed here: forgiveness, healing, redemption, love, compassion, satisfaction, and renewal. Now, each one of those things is begging to be unpacked, and we're not going to do that, not right now. But we're going to focus on don't forget all his benefits. And in times like this, when we're sheltering in place and life doesn't seem normal, it's a whole lot easier said than done. In the middle of fear, we can't help but be afraid. I find myself being afraid. It occurred to me this morning. COVID-19 is now beginning to impact, I think, more of us indirectly. I remember in December when all this was first going on in China, thinking, hey, it's happening over there. I'm sad for those people. Start praying for brothers and sisters who may be going through whatever's going on over there in China. and they need our prayers, but it's over there. We didn't give it a second thought. It was just part of the news cycle, and wow, what a difference just a couple of months makes. And this thought occurred to me earlier this morning, that increasingly we all know somebody, or we know somebody who knows somebody who has tested positive for COVID-19. And so all of a sudden now the 6 degrees is no longer 6 degrees. That circle is shrinking and fear sets in. So do not forget all of God's benefits. All of God's benefits, in fact, those benefits that are listed right here are benefits that God gives to us in Jesus. So don't forget. Don't forget. Whatever happens, no matter how chaotic it gets, how fearful life becomes, don't forget his benefits. Those benefits, those 7 listed right here, remind yourself of those benefits all of the time. And again, it says, don't forget all his benefits. Then he lists these 7, and these 7, none of them are material benefits. This isn't about material benefits, and I know this passage gets brought up. Don't forget his benefits. Don't forget all the cool stuff that Jesus is promising you right now if you just name it and claim it. No, that's not what this is about. All his benefits are spiritual benefits. The forgiveness, in fact, the forgiveness, it's the first one listed. I think all of these things kind of wrap themselves around that thought. He forgives us. These are spiritual benefits. You know, God is not a vending machine. He's not a big sugar daddy in the sky just ready to give me all sorts of health and material blessings. That's not how the Bible presents God at all. He's not a vending machine. Don't forget what you've been given in Jesus. And Paul tells us this in the first chapter in Ephesians. He brings this up, that God gives us all blessings, all spiritual blessings in Christ, in his death and in his resurrection. He's given us everything that we need. Don't forget that, no matter how crazy life gets right now. And that's why we're online. That's why we're here on Facebook. That's why we're on YouTube. That's why we have a website. We're a forgetful people. I'm a forgetful person. Before the day out, I'm going to forget, and I'm going to sin again. I'm going to have unbelief again. I'm going to need reminded. You're going to need reminded. I will be in fear, and I'm going to forget. And that's why we get online. We have the Word. We have each other. We're online to help us not forget. And when we're online, the thing that we do with each other, we help each other not forget how great Jesus is for us and will continue to be for us, even when we don't deserve it. Even when I can't figure out why the world has gone so nuts and so crazy, you remind me, I'll remind you. And Jesus is awesome. And Jesus has us. That's Psalm 103. And again, we'll probably come back to this, just like we'll go back to Isaiah 43, because there's all sorts of really neat things to be thinking about in this uncertain time. I said we're going to pray, so we're going to do that right now. And we're going to pray, and I encourage you, leave your prayer requests here in the comment section, and we will pray for you. The table has a team. We have a team, and we will pray for you and your prayer requests. Even today, our team will get together and we will make a note of what you leave there, and we will pray for you and your requests. There are a number of things to pray about this afternoon, so let's pray, and we're going to talk to Jesus right now. Jesus, I pray right now for all of us who are fearful in these uncertain times. We are forgetful people. Do not allow us to forget. Use others to remind me. And I pray just be gracious to me to help me remind others about how awesome you are and all the things you do for us and have done for us already. There are prayer requests that have already come in this week, and I just want to briefly pray for those. Right now, we were reminded in a meeting last night that there's a family living among us here in Los Fresnos who lost their home in a fire. And right now, most of us are thinking and fearful of a threat to our health. And here we have some neighbors who not only fear for their health, but they've lost their home. They've lost everything. Be near them. Use our community to rally around them. And I pray that your special grace will be extended to them through us even today. I also pray for those who are sick among us. The number of cases today, 13 was the latest. So I pray for these 13. I pray for their family members who are also fearful, and that extended circle that they've been in contact with over the last couple of weeks. There's going to be a lot of fear right now in those 13 circles of friends and family. So I pray for them, heal them, extend your healing hand on them, and I pray that you will heal those around them. And again, special grace for them. Special grace and comfort and peace for them and their families right now. I pray for those who are vulnerable among us. Keep them healthy. I pray for those who are on the front lines. There are some, even here at the table, who are having to work in public places every day. And they go in and they know that when they go and leave that home, that they are headed into risk of infection, risk to their families. So I pray that you will protect them and protect their families. I pray for our city. I pray for the first responders who live here. I pray that you will protect them. And again, even as they leave their homes, give them a sense of calmness, a sense of clarity, a sense of peace, even as they do their jobs and do it on our behalf, risking themselves for their community. Be near them, be near their families. I also pray for one among us who has a husband in the medical profession, again, at risk every day. Be near him, be close to him. I pray for this son who's also working in ICU. And again, I just pray for your protection. In these situations, I also pray for wisdom and clarity. May these people be agents of peace for others. Continue to use us here as an online community. I pray that you will continue to connect people to yourself through us, through the table, through your community. I pray that as we work through this, that we work through this together, but we do it in a way that is meaningful for ourselves, not just ourselves, but also for our neighbor. May we love our neighbors in this time because you have loved us much. In your name I pray. Amen. Well, thank you for joining us here again today for another conversation at the table. We'll be back again tomorrow. Tomorrow, I think we're going to look at one of the myths. You know, there's a lot of stuff out there on the internet, and it's not just what we call fake news. It's not just stuff that gets viraled around that really isn't true. There's that out there. But there's also some stuff that presents itself as being biblically true, and it's not. So we're going to look at some of those mythbusters. We'll take a look at a passage, and we'll see what the Bible has to say about some of these things. So we'll start doing that on Saturdays, using our time Saturday to do something like it's a little, probably a little light, a little lighter than what we're thinking about right now. But anyway, thanks for joining us. Again, I encourage you, 10:30, be back here Sunday because we'll have our church service. And I encourage you to reach out to your neighbors online, connect with somebody even today. We are all loved by Jesus for the love of Los Fresnos. You have a good afternoon.